Yuru Camp is bad. Essentially nothing of interest happens in the show, making the entire thing feel like Endless 8, only it has cute girls doing cute things. The characters are completely one-dimensional and have no arcs whatsoever, aside from Rin, whose arc is forced by the script rather than it being earned. God, I hate Nadeshiko so much. I dearly hope her power goes out. Lucky Star is good. Essentially nothing happens in the show, the characters are completely one-dimensional and have no arcs. Wait, am I reading the script right? Nope, this is actually an accurate description of Lucky Star. Heh? I should theoretically despise Lucky Star. Want to eat Konata's ass in that bad way. Make a 30-page My Anime List review on why these cute girls doing cute things deserve the firing squad called on them. Why public lynchings should be brought back purely because of this one show. But instead of lusting for a slice-of-life show with actual depth, I lust for a military-grade assault rifle in my hands, pointed at Nadeshiko. But what puzzled me the most was why I liked Lucky Star. I knew it was good. As of writing this, my profile picture on Discord is literally a character from the show. But there's so much that I should theoretically despise about Lucky Star. So many things that, if it were any other show, I'd lambast it and call it the second cooming of Satan. But here, it just works. It all clicks. So I thought about this conundrum for a bit. Thought about the differences between Lucky Star and Yuru Camp. What made one suck and the other fuck. But the more I thought about it, the more similar Yuru Camp and Lucky Star seemed. What is the missing piece that made them so vastly different in quality? Is it tone? These shows are very different tonally, but I'd chalk that up to Lucky Star's self-referential nature contrasted with Yuru Camp's more laid-back approach to things. Disregarding tone, the actual structure of the episodes is largely the same between the two shows. Maybe it's comedy. Yuru Camp barely tries its hand at comedy, meanwhile Lucky Star has at least a few jokes in each episode. But I don't consider Lucky Star to be a funny show by any means. I laughed maybe like twice overall, a few extra nose exhales on top of that. It certainly isn't enough to carry the show on its own. Does Lucky Star just have more interesting events going on, therefore causing it to be more entertaining? Absolutely not. If anything, it's the reverse. Yuru Camp's characters go on camping trips to a myriad of different locales. Meanwhile, like 90% of Lucky Star happens either in a classroom or Konata's bedroom. Slight exaggeration, but you get the point. And Lucky Star has twice as many episodes as Yuru Camp, so it has to keep its incredibly simple concept fresh for twice as long. So, what the hell? I was quickly running out of ideas. I had hit a wall, and was completely out of explanations as to why I liked one of these shows and hated the other. And that's when it suddenly hit me. Earlier I said that Lucky Star's characters are flat and one-dimensional. Most of them are allocated to a single running gag. This one has no tits and that's her character. This one's ditzy and that's her character. This one's an otaku and that's her character. And this one's Kagami. I don't even remember if this one had a character. She had like 2 lines in the entire show, yet for some reason appears in the opening. However, something that I failed to take into account, and that in hindsight is pretty obvious, is group dynamic. In Slice of Life, I've always maintained that what makes or breaks a show is characters. A strong, well-developed cast is essential to the genre, because there's really not a whole lot of other appeals in Slice of Life shows. But neither of these shows have interesting characters, right? But what Lucky Star does have is an incredibly strong group dynamic. Konata says something retarded. Kagami points out that she is indeed retarded. Tsukasa says something equally as retarded. Kagami is slightly less cruel to her when pointing out that what Tsukasa said is indeed retarded. Miyuki says something not retarded. Everyone congratulates her on not being retarded. Konata gets everyone's attention back to her by saying something twice as retarded as everything else previously discussed. Rinse and repeat. This general structure, or something akin to it, is what most of the conversations in the show follow. It's simple, it covers all of the main cast, it works. It keeps conversations flowing nicely and quickly. A topic never lingers for too long unless it's the first episode. Lucky Star's first episode was low-key cringe. This general layout keeps character interactions interesting always. Now let's look at how a conversation in Yuru Camp goes down. Nadeshiko says something wholesome. Chiaki says something wholesome. Aoi says something wholesome. They sit in silence for a bit being wholesome together. Cut to Rin. Rin says nothing because nobody loves her and she camps alone. Insert minute of silence. Cut to the first three characters again. Rinse and repeat. Notice how there is pretty much no chance for any interesting character interactions with this model? And no, this is not an exaggeration of how bland character interactions are in Yuru Camp. This is actually how egregiously boring conversations are. That's the reason why Lucky Star good and Yuru Camp bad. Because though Lucky Star's characters may be one-dimensional, a strong group dynamic that keeps conversation constantly flowing with new interesting topics keeps things always fresh. So in short, I want to shoot Nadeshiko in the brain.